Hi guys, so we're going to talk about the animation tool software called Piskel. It's on our Madison Heights Art Studio in Make Digital Art, and it's on the fourth row down here, and it's called Piskel. When you're going into this software program, you click on it, and when you have it opened up, you are going to press Create Sprite. You don't need to sign in. So we're going to talk about just a few things on this introductory video about Piskel. Number one, this is the drawing canvas right here. And notice that it has these black and white squares or gray and white squares, which means that it's not a color. It's basically a clear background right now. So over here, whatever in Piskel that you're using, it's going to be highlighted. So right now on top up here, first of all, sorry, this number one is this pen tool. Notice when I go over it, it even says pen tool on it. And the pen tool is a drawing tool. When you draw in Piskel, it looks pixelated, which is similar to Minecraft. Now, the size of the pixels for Piskel is up here. This is pen size from 1 to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I choose 1, I'm going to have a smaller and thinner pen size. If I choose 3, it's going to be a little bit bigger. And if I choose 4, it's going to be bigger still. Now, to erase something, either you can choose this eraser tool, and it's at 4, so it's going to erase really big. If you put it at the smaller size, it's going to erase smaller, okay? But if you want to erase everything, for example, and it will erase everything, you can choose the bigger size. Now, the other thing I want to show you is, let me draw something real quick, is this tool right here called the Paint Bucket tool. The Paint Bucket tool basically fills the space with color. Now, let me show you something. If there's a hole, for example, right here, and I choose the Paint Bucket tool, and I want to fill everything with color, it'll fill everything except for that hole and then up here, because those were not, those were enclosed in a different space. So that's how you can fill the whole canvas. I just filled the whole canvas with the Paint Bucket tool. So that's the pen tool, that's the eraser tool, that's the Paint Bucket tool. These are the sizes for the pen and eraser. And now I'm going to show you how to choose a color. So to choose a different color than black, because you're always going to have black at the beginning when you open a Piskel. That's just the way, that's what it's called default. It defaults to black. It always has black. So if you come down here, you'll see this little square. Now this is kind of tricky. Sometimes people forget how to change the color. First, you have to click on that square, and it will give you this square, this other square. Now, you can change the color over here, but notice right now, it's not changing from black because my circle is all the way down to black. So these are hues of colors, right? And this is values of that same color. So this is choosing that hue, but mixing it with white and black and seeing what kind of things happen here. So if you want to move off of black, no matter what I do, I can change this, and the value's always staying really dark to black. So you're not noticing that it's changing from black. So you have to move this color, this circle as well. So as soon as you move that circle and click off of it, you have a different color there that you've chosen. Now you can go to your pen tool and you can draw something else, right? So let's say I'm going to make a cherry or something. Let me hide this. I'm going to go in here and I'll move that to red and maybe get a brighter red there. I have the stem, but I'm going to turn this into a cherry right here. And actually, maybe I'll turn this into a leaf. Now notice in here, when I come back into this thing, this is the green I used before. It's saving the colors that I'm changing to. So I can click on this green and get the exact same green if I need it. So I'm going to turn that into a leaf. And I'll come in here and see if I can make a brown. I'm going to go to sort of a purple I'm looking down here to see the color that I'm making. I'm going to move down to more of a red. And that looks like a good brown. And I'm going to choose a thinner line. I'll make that my stem. I'm going to go back in here, click on that green, and make a slightly darker green to make a leaf here on the cherry. Maybe I'll put a little highlight on the cherry. I'll go back to red, but then go up to white and put a little highlight on the cherry. Okay, it's kind of a cherry, it's good enough. So if for some reason I didn't want to put that highlight on the cherry, so let's say I wanted to erase it. It won't just erase the highlight. Watch what it'll do. It'll erase also the red below it. So I'm like, uh-oh, I didn't mean to do that. If you do that, what you can do instead is down here's a keyboard and it tells you what are called shortcuts. So there's a shortcut to undo something, which is Control plus Z. And I will talk to you about that, but it's on your keyboard. I can point my keyboard down, but you won't be able to see it. I'll have to show you with another camera. Control is down on the bottom left-hand side of your keyboard, and you have to just press that while you press Z, and you can undo the things you just did. So I could even undo doing that highlight, right? If I wanted to redo that highlight, it's Control Y. So if I want to redo it, I press Control and Y, and I can have that highlight again. Okay, that's a few tools to make some pictures in Piskel. And that is our first lesson about Piskel.